kicking off our 66th year of the Ernest Tubb Midnight Jamboree. Would you welcome this week's host to the stage? Ladies and gentlemen, Glenn Douglas Tubb.
Hello out there. God bless you. Thank you folks for coming. I'm going to start things off with a song I wrote as a kind of a tribute to Uncle Ernest. There was a guy doing an interview with Mr. Owen Bradley, who's one of the premier all-time producers in this town, and they was asking Owen if he could tell them, in his opinion, what made Music City, USA, what it was. And he said, oh, that's easy. He said, the day that Ernest Tubb came to town. And I thought, man, what a great title for a song. So I wrote that, and we're going to do it for you now. And I'm going to take it off cold, fellas, and y'all just come in behind me whenever you get ready. Well, a famous music man was asked one day about what made Music City, USA. They asked if he could put his finger on what made the whole world start to sing along. He said the answer's very clear to me. What shaped the city's music destiny? It was a honky-tonkin' sound started going all around the day that Ernest Tubb came to town. Well, he brought that first electric guitar to the stage of the Grand Ole Opry. When he sang Walking the Floor, had to take all them encores. That was a piece of music history. Well, I've seen the superstars come and go, and some of them put on quite a show, but none of them compare to the sound that filled the air the day that Ernest Tubb came to town. Yeah, you should have heard 'em roar for that Texas Troubadour the day that Ernest Tubb came to town. Thank you, Leon. Well, we got the great Leon Rhodes back here on electric guitar. He's played a few Ernest Tubb songs in his time. And I'm going to let him kick this one off. He says Uncle Ernest did this in the gear C, but I do it in A. Can't get up there and C. So, Leon, if you would. Sweetheart, you're gone and I'm so lonely. You said that you and I were through, so I started out drinking for pastime, driving nails in my coffin over you. I'm just driving nails in my coffin every time I drink a bottle of booze. I'm just driving nails in my coffin, Lordy, driving those nails over you.
Now center stage again. Would you welcome back Glenn Douglas Tubb?
Thank you, Jennifer. Well, I'm going to bring my lovely bride out here now. And she is my bride. We've just been married a little over 3 years now. It's never too late, fellas.
Well, you know that mansion that Diane sang about, it won't ever need dusting, but this one had some problems. We're going to sing about it.
Yeah. Well, my little lady here, she's got a country music pedigree of her own. Uncle Ernest brought her mother and dad to town, and they worked with him and also with the great Hank Williams on the road, and appeared on the Grand Ole Opry for years as Radio Dot and Smokey. Now, some of you older folks will remember them. And I believe they may have been the very first ones to record Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain. I know they were the first ones I remember singing it on the Grand Ole Opry. You want to say something else, baby, before we get into this next one here?
Well, no, but I think they were probably on the very first broadcast. I'm not, I don't have any way of knowing. But they were working with Ernest when he first started the show, the Midnight Jamboree.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And they also went to Carnegie Hall with him.
They
He
sure
was the
did.
first one to play there. And they also appeared in a movie with him, too.
Yeah. And Diane Sherrill just told me that Ernest was the first one to bring her out onto the Opry.
Yes, she told
So,
me that.
yeah,
Isn't that
isn't that
nice?
cool?
Yeah.
He was responsible for so many.
Well,
So many.
as all of you know, we lost another great one just recently, the great George Jones. And I was real fortunate to have him and Miss Tammy do one of my songs, the one that me and my good buddy Dave Lindsay wrote here a while back, and they cut this and had a big hit with it, praise the Lord. And we're going to do this for you now, and are you going to do Tammy's part or George's part? Which one are you going to do?
I'm going to throw something at him.
We always wanted a big two-story house back when we lived in that little two-room shack. We wanted fame and fortune so we could live the way the rich folks do. We knew somehow we'd make it together, me and you.
With hopes and dreams and things to come, we worked and never stopped. Not much time for you and me, we had to reach the top.
We bought that big two-story house, soon became the envy of the town. With all our work behind us, we finally settled down. Now we want to sign off tonight with a gospel tune, just as Uncle Ernest always did. This is one I wrote that we have in our new CD called Journey to the Sun. Where's my bride? She's supposed to help me sing this. You better get out here, woman. It's called Journey to the Sun. I've never strayed too far from home. Never felt the need to run. But I got Jesus in my soul. One day I'll walk his streets of gold. When I take my journey to the sun, when my time on earth is done, then I'll see God's Holy One. When I take my journey to the sun, never had a real vacation, but when this body sets me free, now that I have my salvation, a trip of a lifetime waits for me. When I take my journey to the sun, when my time on earth is done, then I'll see God's holy destination. Jesus himself will welcome me when I take my journey to the sun. When my time on earth is done, then I'll see God's Holy One. When I take my journey to the sun, yes, I'll see God's Holy One. When I take my journey to the sun. Thank you, folks. Thank y'all for coming.
Thank the Troubadours and all the gang. We want to say, remember, be better to your neighbors, and you're going to have better neighbors. Doggone you.
I'm walking the floor over you. I can't sleep a wink, that is true. I'm hoping and I'm praying as my heart breaks right in two. Walking the floor over you.
Well, that wraps it up for another edition of the Ernest Tubb Midnight Jamboree. Our thanks to this week's host, Glenn Douglas Tubb, for helping us celebrate our 66th anniversary. A big thanks to all of his special guests as well, Joe Rucker, Johnny Mack, Dottie Tubb, and Diane Sherrill.